That's our taste of the week today, and Alvan Ebuka, a filmmaker and entrepreneur. Recently, he released a short film that highlighted police brutality and the urgent need for the government to reform the police force. He is also famously known, Obiako. Ebuka Alvan is also well known as Alvan Midman. Thanks for joining us this morning, Alvan.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Trust you're well. First of all, that second part of your famous name, Midman, not man-made. Let's start from there.
The name Midman, actually I got that name back then in university. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine, and I was like, God, I want to be a Midman someday. And he said, that name will fit you. That was how I got the name Midman. You know, and then I adopted it. I started using Midman because I wish to be a Midman someday. I wish to be successful someday. And that's just how I came about. Midman.
What does it mean?
Midman, like someone that is made already. You're telling yourself you're a midman. You don't even need anybody to tell you. You're convincing yourself. You're motivating yourself. You are a midman. You're successful already. It's like you're taking it in.
Filmmaking seems to be the thing for so many people now. And first of all, you are a pol science graduate and a filmmaker. Are you making political films?
No, actually, political science is a course that I studied. Yeah, I love politics at the same time. And I just wanted to gain knowledge more on politics. That's why I studied political science. You know, film, on the other side, is I was born into a media family. So I have everything about media. I got it firsthand. So it's not like I learned the media thing, but it has been inborn growing up. You know, I always go to TV stations. I've been going for production. So that one is on its own. Media is on its own. The political side is on its own.
Yes, so Alvan, why did you make a film on police brutality?
Police brutality is something that has been on for years. It's not like it started today. People have been complaining about it. I've had my own personal experience. And every family in Nigeria has an experience, you know. We all have a story to tell about what we witnessed in the hands of Nigerian police. And I remember an encounter I had with them back there in Asaba in 2017. SAS personnel beat me up, and I reported to the authorities, and they took it up. And they invited them. I saw that same SAS guy that beat me up, that looked like a monster at night, beat me up actually. That morning, when I invited him over, he was as meek as dove. I was looking at this guy, this same guy who beat me up with this. You know, he was pleading with me that I should forgive him. Later on, I forgave him because I'm a quiet guy and I'm cool and calm and I have a soft spirit. So I forgave him. But then I asked myself, what if I overreacted that night? What would have happened? You know? And I know a lot of youths have experienced something like that. You know, a lot of them did not live to tell the story, but I lived to tell my story because I was cool and calm that night. I was collected. And at the end of the day, I went back home unscratched. But I know there are a lot of people that can take that from them and you know what the story will turn out to be. And I thank God I survived them. Countless times, not just that one, it has happened repeatedly. You know, so I took it upon myself to tell that story. That story actually is something I experienced. I've experienced that same one I told in that film. If you go to the short film, I had that experience. And it's countless of them. At the same time, I wanted to pay homage to those that lost their life during the NSAS protest. And to tell you so, because I noticed that during the NSAS protest, a lot of our elites did not really understand. They thought maybe that we were trying to topple the government or the youths who are trying to make noise. You know, they didn't really understand the direction the protest was coming from. So I wanted to put it up on the screen to set this straight so they understand that this is our point. These guys are brutalizing us. There was a time some of my creative friends, if I invite them over to come and work, like, come over, let's come and work. They say, I don't get time for this sassy people. We are scared of going out with our phones. We are scared of going out with our laptops. Creatives couldn't go out with their systems. That was a time in this country. Our parents never knew about that. A lot of elites never knew about that because they were in their high horse. They didn't care to know. So I decided to tell that story. So to set the record straight, the reason why we're protesting is all about SARS brutality. It's all about rebranding these guys. It's all about changing the whole system. Thank you.
Movie at the end make any suggestions regarding how to solve this problem?
It's simple. The police, no matter how I want to look at it, they are still part of the society. You know, a policeman, they are our brothers, they are our sisters, and you cannot do without them. They are the ones that, they will still have a lot of good policemen in the police force, you know, but when the majority are bad, they're going to assume everybody there is bad, you know, so we need rebranding. We need to rebrand them. We need to change their mood of engagement, their modus operandi, you know, because we cannot do without the police in our system. We can't do away with them. So we need to change the way they react to the people in society, because we need them. They need to win the heart of the people, you know, and that's going to start from repackaging them, rebranding them, but the way they talk to people, the way they dress, their attitudes, you know. I believe the government can do a lot in rebranding the Nigerian police system because they need to win our hearts. You can't go to the police station now to go and lay a report. You can't do that because you're scared. You don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they might arrest you and say that you're one of those people that did that thing. So people need to, when you see a police man, you feel at home, you feel relaxed. So that government should focus more on that, on police being friendly and winning the hearts of the people. Not when some people, you are driving to a police checkpoint, some people take a different route. A lot of people do that. Not because they don't have their papers, because anything is not complete. It's just that they don't want to be delayed, or they don't want anybody, they don't want anything that will turn up because they don't know what is going to happen. So that's just it. I believe the government can do more on rebranding the Nigerian police system.
The people, the citizens, have an understanding of what the policeman goes through?
Yes, I believe we have an understanding of what they go through. Their job is not an easy one. Waiting AK-47 and standing on the road, it's not easy. At the same time, the salary, what they take home at the end of the day is nothing to write to them about. I believe the government can do more in encouraging them, because when they are encouraged, they will do more. You know, and if you are taking a meager salary back home, believe me, I'm not sure if you're going to do much, because I believe that's why they take bribes on the road, because they don't have much to rely on, you know, and they need good welfare. You know, their family needs to be fixed up, their children need to be in good schools. You know, they need to be assured that even if they are not there anymore, that their family will be looked up, that their family is going to be looked on. And I believe that's actually what the government can do about that.
Let's talk about the industry that you're in, the movie-making industry. Well, you are telling what in music they call conscious music. You are essentially using movies to talk to people about things that are important to them. Making that kind of movie, conscious movie, if I can call it, I don't know what you call it in the industry. How much of an opportunity do you think it is, first in the industry, and then in achieving the purpose of educating and enlightening people about the issues raised therein?
You know, because it's something every family have experienced. It's something when you go out this morning, you might get to experience, you might get to see it. You see it every day. You go out, you witness it. So people will definitely relate to it. The movie now has done thousands of views on YouTube. That shows that people love it. That shows that people can relate to the story. And reviews I've been getting are fantastic. You know, this is the first film I'm actually doing. I've not done film before. I've been doing documentaries and commercials and video ads, you know, but this is the first time I decided to do a film. And I hope to do more things like this, because I believe it's going to preach not just to only youths, but the parents at the same time. They have a lot to learn from it. So everybody has something to learn from this movie, or from conscious movie, the way I like to say it. So it's something every family will definitely enjoy, and I'm sure it's going to go places.
Asking about the genre of movies. It could be about family planning. We said this earlier. It could be about dyslexia. We talked about the other time. It could be about just about anything to bring up the issues, like Concussion, that movie that featured Will Smith. It definitely helped many people to know the challenges of a particular sport. How viable do you think that kind of movie is, or could be, to development in our own country?
You mean my own movie?
Particular genre of movies that you made.
Okay. It's going to contribute a lot because I believe the government pays attention. They'll definitely see this film, and a lot of police system at the same time, Nigerian police force, they will pay attention when they see this movie, and definitely when they see it, they will get to understand firsthand what we're trying to, the message we're trying to pass across, which is rebrand these guys and change the way they behave. You know, so definitely the genre is going to change a whole lot. It's going to make the government to wake up. At the same time, our elites will get a first-hand picture of what we are trying to talk about or what we are complaining of. So that's it.
Alvan, let's compare our movie industry today to what it was 10 years ago. What are your thoughts?
A lot has changed. You know, there are a lot of people that have been here before me, that have been doing what I'm doing before me, and I respect them. I look at their works, I'm inspired. I know likes of Kula Kalayo, likes of Kemi Aditiba, mentioned them on and on, a lot of them. So 10 years back, and we look at what we're doing now. Movie has gone global. We talk about, we have bigger platforms now. We have Netflix, we've got YouTube where you can put all your stuff like I just did. You know, before it wasn't like that. Before it was cassettes and CDs. If you don't have that, you need a Alaba to push out your movie. But now, you don't need them anymore. With Netflix, you can do anything you want. With internet, you just need small data and your movie is flying. You know, my movie did 1,000 views in less than a day. And that's because of YouTube. I'm not sure if I had done the normal channel, which is pushing it via cassette and CD, which I don't have the resources to do. I'm not sure I will get up to that. So a lot has changed in 10 years, and I'm here to contribute on that. I'm here to contribute my own quota to see where we can push Nigerian movie to. And I'm here to stay, and I believe that in 10 years' time, too, a lot is going to change, a lot is going to evolve. Thank you.
On and on with you, you know your onions, as they say. So, but we definitely will be looking out to hear more from you and about you and all that you're doing as you get into the big screen. But for now, we have to thank you very much for being a part of our program this morning. Alvan Midman is his name. Alvan Ebuka Obiakod as his real name. Thank you so much for your time this morning, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you for closing Sunrise for us this morning. I'm Alero Edu, wishing you all the best. See you next week.
And I'm Ayo Makinde. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye for now.